Fight Lieutenant Mkhwanazi, and you will see yourself dancing to a very brutal music at the Madlanga Commission. Andrea Johnson is making shocking confession already, and the entire nation has been left in shock. Are you truly a fan of Lieutenant Mkhwanazi and the commissioners at the Madlanga Commission? If yes, then hit the like button, comment Viva Mkhwanazi, and don't forget to subscribe. Andrea Johnson, who has been working underground to arrest Mkhwanazi after she ordered the arrest of General Khumalo, has been finally exposed at the Madlanga Commission. When the grilling got of hand, she confessed what nobody could believe. Do you want to hear this shocking confession? Then stay till the end. Dlamini dropped the bombshell where she confessed about who exactly bribed her to arrest General Khumalo and Lieutenant Mkhwanazi.
That suggests you have an application for a J50, which suggests you have finalized the charges. So those are more or less cast in stone. From your recollection, what is the fraud she said to have committed without undermining whatever ongoing investigations there are? If you can.
I have the answer, but I'm unable to answer it without casting aspersions on General Madondo on a matter that is still pending review.
You are about to arrest her, Advocate Johnson,
yes,
on the strength of a charge sheet,
yes,
that criminalizes some or other of her conduct.
Yes.
I think you may disclose. You can't take that back. The only way you can take it back is for that warrant of arrest to be withdrawn and the charges dropped. So it doesn't, the nature of the fraud that underpins that charge and justifies the J50 remains. Whether you say it here or you don't say it, it's there on record. It can be changed.
I understand that, but if Chair, you will allow me, this matter is under review. I am cautious, having removed myself from the matter, that I shouldn't be saying anything that has the potential to prejudice that outcome. The review relates to representations she may have made, and it goes to an independent panel. And I'm merely saying that any utterances I make might have a negative influence. And I shouldn't do that, because that matter should be adjudicated on the strength of what is there before an independent panel. I'm not sure if the Chair would allow me that, but that is the basis on which, Chair. I'm not trying to be obstinate. It is the basis on which I would prefer not to answer.
I'll support you in your request to the Chair. I'll leave it there. I will not pursue it any further.
Can you please articulate what you said again, Ms. Sula?
Chair, Advocate Johnson made a heartfelt plea to the commissioners.
Yes, I heard that part. I'm not quite sure I followed what you said.
What I said was, I shall not pursue the matter further.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I hear Ms. Silla is not going to pursue the matter further, but I want to ask a different question. You're related to this. Your code of conduct says something about you examining or satisfying yourself about whether evidence was lawfully obtained or material that is potentially going to be used as evidence was obtained lawfully or not. It says that. Now, we know in this affidavit, and your code says that, I think you must be familiar with it. If you want to check, you can look at D2, G, and then I think, rather H, in fact. And then if you want, you can look at I, but you're familiar with this. Now, in this affidavit, Mr. Adams says that this information about General Madondo, he knows it from the documents that were pushed under his door in Parliament. And you remember we had this conversation last week about crime intelligence information having clearly been obtained, not lawfully given. Did you, when you see an affidavit that says this, or when you get a briefing, because you must have been given a briefing, I expect you would have asked the question, how do we know this? Where did we get this information about the vetting of General Madondo? And you would have been told, what were you told about it? How this information was obtained?
According to the feedback, the information was obtained, Commissioner Baloy, through the Section 28 subpoena processes that followed after the 6th January engagements with Mr. Adams.
Okay.
So documents were subpoenaed,
So
and they would have been provided.
Well, in his affidavit, he tells you, or he tells Mr. Perumal, how he received this information, the very affidavit you're looking at, and he
Yes.
says, I attach here 2 documents which were pushed under my door, my office door at Parliament, and which relate to Madondo's application. Now, it doesn't call her General, so I'm reading, it's not me being disrespectful to General Madondo, which relate to Madondo's application for security clearance marked FA. So Mr. Perumal, or Chief Perumal, knows from this that he's now receiving and looking at information that that was not lawfully obtained, and that Mr. Adams is not entitled to have access to and to have sight of. And so my question to you is, was that inquiry that your code of conduct says you must satisfy yourself?
My second question is, if page 3475 suggests that former Minister of Police Becky Cele was involved in this, I take this to be the crime. Am I reading it correctly? Julie assisted by General Masemola, who fast-tracked the clearance of General Khumalo, knowing that Khumalo did not have a top secret clearance for many years. My first question, what crime is being complained of here?
I am aware that from a certain rank, they are all supposed to have security clearances as per their own internal requirements. And that not having security clearance at a specific rank does not allow you to occupy that rank.
Yes.
Yes. And so for me, it would be, it is more a contravention of either the Intelligence Services Act and or the contravention of a standing order of the South African Police Services.
And what crime is that?
So in this paragraph,
if I may just add, remember, we should keep at the back of our minds Section 7, bracket 1, bracket capital A. What crime is that to bring whatever was happening here, assuming it is correct, within the mandate of IDAC?
So we are reading one statement.
Yes.
And the question you asked in council is based just only on this paragraph and what crime it commits.
On the vetting issue.
On the vetting issue.
Yes, on the vetting issue.
So if a vetting is fast-tracked, what crime is committed? So if a national commissioner fast-tracks the vetting of one of his generals, what crime is committed there?
The likelihood, Commissioner Khumalo, is that in the manner in which it is done, that there could be fraud having been committed because there are certain processes that happen and there's, it can't happen in 3 days. There's checks, there's You've got to go and do background checks, financial checks. There's quite a few things that must happen. So it would mean that either something fraudulent happened, which could be the only case, but the bypassing of the vetting would be a contravention then in terms of the intelligence services. So other than the fraud, if it took place, there isn't anything else there that would bring it into the mandate.
The question, Ms. Sillo's question is, what places that within the mandate of IDAC? Even if what you're suggesting were to be shown to have happened, they fast-tracked it and they committed some fraud in the process, why would that be something that falls within your mandate in 7(1)A?
Just merely in terms of the fraud, nothing else.
But you do remember that when you appeared last time, you accepted that the fraud, theft, and that list, forgery and uttering, they have to be related.
Yes.
To the main.
To a financial crime.
Yeah.
Or commercial crime.
A serious corruption. So why do you say that would be so in this case? Why would the fast tracking of a security clearance or vetting constitute a serious crime of corruption that falls within 7(1)A?
I hear you, Commissioner Baloy. I can't take it further than the point that you've made.
Is another way to your answer a clearer way that you don't see why it would be a crime?
As it stands here, I cannot see.
That comes within your mandate?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Ms.
And we know that General Khumalo is facing charges and potential arrest under case 453/06/2025, and that's pertaining to the vetting issue. Is that correct? The warrant of arrest that was suspended, it relates to the vetting issues, doesn't it?
I speak under correction. It